Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. I am John, your host. With me this week are two familiar faces. Ryan.
Hey, it's me. My face is familiar, even though you've only heard my voice. It is my familiar voice face, if you will, a sonic imprint of my unique self transmitting directly into your brain. It's me.
Absolutely. And Michael.
I am a Big the Cat imprint on your brain.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yep.
Okay, sure. And we have another semi-familiar face that is going to be a completely familiar face momentarily. Joining us for the first time as an official member of the Chooch crew is Andy.
Hello.
Hello, Andy. How are you?
I'm a Vector the Crocodile imprint on... I couldn't think of another Sonic character.
Tails, Knuckles.
Rogue.
The human,
That's easy. That's
the human
easy.
woman.
It's Rouge.
Silver.
First of all. I'm an Iblis Trigger imprint on your...
What was the one with the gun?
That was Shadow. And
Okay.
also... Yeah, Eggman. Eggman makes things with guns. And there's the robot E621 Gamma.
Uh-huh.
Are we doing, like, the poker rap of Sonic characters right now? Is that
Yes.
what's going on in here?
Yes.
Shadow, Sonic, Silver, Tails, Knuckles, Vector, the fucky one.
Uh-huh. The fucky.
It's
They're all
just
fucky ones.
150 or
More to see to be a hedgehog, man. Well, so glad I've made my first and last appearance on the podcast, everybody. I'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. No, Andy. I'm happy to have you on here. I mentioned last week that you were that you joined us in your video producing ventures.
Hopefully, by the time this is up, you'll have seen some of that.
Yeah.
Of course. And I'm happy to have you on.
Happy to be here.
Now, I know that you've been on the podcast previously, but for people who may not have heard you on a previous episode before, just real quick give a little introduction about yourself.
All right, so I'm Andy, as said many times.
So far, so good.
I've been sort of like tertiarily involved in the site since basically it started. I've done like some top 10 lists on here, and I filled in on the podcast when John needed people, usually with serial shit poster and heinous all around person Mike Casamano. But I've joined the site recently to do video stuff because I'm one of them film students who needs things to do during the summer and when I'm not at school, so I don't become terrible at that. Also because I like video games. Mostly bad RPGs, but you know.
By bad RPGs, what do you mean?
So, like, you know, Kingdom Hearts is, I mean, that one's good, but, Resonance of Fate, because that one doesn't really have much of a story, but is, like, weird and cool. Magical Star Sign's are pretty good. I guess these are all good RPGs, actually. I like good RPGs.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, I don't know why I said bad RPG. I mean, yeah, no, I don't play, like, Witch in the Hundred Knight or anything, so...
Well, that's good.
Ah, a blast from the past.
Yep.
That just proves how long you've been around. Jeez.
I'm a Chooch faithful over here.
True believer.
I think the only other thing to really mention, like, I like a lot of weird, like, B games and Japanese games, and I'm also I think the only person on this website. Well, I guess Ryan now also likes a MOBA, but I like that Dota game a lot.
A single.
Yeah.
You're wrong. I have some enjoyment in my heart for a MOBA.
Which one?
I mean, I've played all the major MOBAs at one point or another. Smite and Dota and League and
Overwatch.
Battleborn. I have played Battleborn.
God bless your soul.
Yep.
Someone had to.
Yeah.
Also, you can find me on Friends of the Table. That's the other podcast I'm on. It's pretty alright.
Yeah.
Is it successful in any way?
Yes, very.
Oh.
There's a Patreon, and it has money in it. And also, iTunes charts were there, and you can listen to it. Yep.
Great. That sounds like something that people could definitely do.
friendsattetable.net or friendsattetable.cash if you want to give us $1. Thanks very much. Please take the focus off of me. Please take the focus off of me. I'm crumbling.
Okay, here. Hand. Quick, Andy. Pass me the talking stick.
John, here. I'm throwing it at your face.
Oh no, I'm fumbling it all over the place. It's all wacky and like a bunch of it sounds like someone's like playing bongo drums. But no. Again, I'm happy to have you on, and welcome to the family.
Very happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. How about we start off by asking you what you've been playing recently?
Yeah. So for the most part, it's been a mix of the new Fire Pro game, Fire Pro Wrestling World. Michael and I recorded a video that should be up by now. If not, either my job has overtaken my life in a completely unexpected way, or I've died. So hopefully I haven't died. But we recorded a Ride the Rails video of that, so that you can check it out. It's pretty cool. It is janky as fuck right now, though, but it's early access and has been out for, 2 days. At the time of recording. So I was kind of expecting it. I think they actually put out a patch today, or maybe it's tomorrow that they're aiming to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty, it's a Fire Pro game, and it's added a continuation of what made Fire Pro really cool. For anyone who doesn't know, Fire Pro is a really deep wrestling sim, and this completely has that. It has we show off in the video. There's insane CPU logic and an insane amount of moves, and it's just been really fun getting back in touch with that series because they haven't made one in the last 12 years. Other than that, I've been jamming on the new Fire Emblem Echoes, I think, Shadows of Valencia. Hey, guess what?
What?
That might be the best Fire Emblem.
Wow,
that's
a big. Those are big words.
I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. I even liked the Incest one.
The Incest Olympics.
Yeah, the last one. I mean, I kind of liked. I've soured on it a lot since playing this new one. But so this is a remake of a Fire Emblem that never came out in the States. You could play it through fan translations and stuff before that, but this is a full remaster with new story elements and a completely new character, apparently.
Sure.
And it's they redo a lot of, there's a lot of stuff that is inherently Fire Emblem, and then there's a lot of shit that is completely different. There's no weapon triangle in this game.
Okay.
Yeah. And archers can shoot up to 3 things away with a normal bow, or up to 4 spaces away when they get upgraded and stuff like that. And even then, depending on your weapon you get, because the weapons in this game, 1, they don't degrade, and 2, they teach you skills as you use them. So you just give someone a weapon, and they just hold on to it until you take it away, and there's a downside and an upside to it. Usually they make you slower because they're heavy, but you learn an art from it. So even people who don't have magic can learn skills, and magic and those skills take away from your HP to be used, which is another completely out of left field thing. You don't learn magic through tomes, you learn it by just leveling up, and then they all have different things. There's one that thunder can go 3 spaces but takes 2 HP to use. Fire goes 2 spaces but takes 1 HP. It's kind of the standard one. And that's for each use. So if your dude attacks twice, you'll take off that 4 health from using thunder. But they also added dungeon crawling, and there's a map where you're balancing between 2 different storylines. There's 2 protagonists, and they each have their own army, and you can get into random encounters almost, in the dungeons and on the map, and it's just, completely unlike a lot of the Fire Emblems I've played before, but it's made with this, like, care that I feel like Awakening and Fates didn't really have. If that makes sense? Because my big problem with those was that the protagonists in that felt very flat, and that the stories felt like kind of meandering. This one has a very clear goal. The characters are written like characters. There's like there's a really good cast in it. My favorite character is this. I can't remember his name off the top of my head because I've been playing the other army right now. But he's in Celica's army. She's the female protagonist, and he's like canonically gay, which I think is pretty cool for that series because they've never like done that. Or, like they've done that with Niles, I think, in Fates, which is the incest one. To remind everyone. But yeah, I feel like that's a game that kind of flew under a lot of radars, and I kind of wanted to just mention it because I've been, like, it's been my go-to, like, I've got a few minutes, I'll pick up and play, like, a map of this.
Sure.
And it's, like, a really, like, peak intelligent system strategy game.
That's cool, yeah. I mean, it sounds like they've incorporated more, like, standard RPG elements to it.
Yeah, a little bit.
But in a way that's, like, still very Fire Emblem.
Oh, like, the core gameplay of it is still, like, definitively Fire Emblem. Like, you still have your, like, you've still got Pegasus Knights, and you've still got, you know, your Cavaliers and stuff. But, like, it's also different in a way, like, not every archer you come across is going to be able to do extra damage to a Pegasus Knight, which makes those units way more useful. Or, like, not, like, you don't, because there's no weapon triangle, you don't ever get a character who uses an axe. Like, that's not even in the menu. Which is, like, kind of a bummer, because those are always my favorite guys, but at the same time, like, really cool. And then, like, the class change system in it, too, is you have to be you don't unlock it at level 10, every class unlocks it at different levels, so, like, the first 3 characters you recruit are villagers, and they can rank up at level 7, and villagers are a unique class because you can pick 3 different classes to go into. Actually, I think it's 4. 3 or 4. It's 4, yeah. You can make them either a cavalier, a mage, an archer, or a fighter. And, like, that changes, like, these first 4 characters you get are, like, really weirdly customizable, and then, like, every other class has, like, a 3rd rank up as opposed to just 1. It's just, like, it plays with the formula in ways that, like, I kind of wish they held on to, because this was really early in Fire Emblem as a series. But they ditched them. And I don't know if, like, some of it's new and some of it's not, but I'm really hoping that this is now the template for the series going forward. Just because
I kind of doubt it.
Yeah. There's just a lot of care put into it. Like, almost everything is voice acted, and it's good voice acting. The art is a huge step up, in my opinion. I don't know. I just can't say enough nice things about it, honestly. Like, I'm really, really enjoying it.
Yeah, and the translation was by A4 again, if I remember correctly.
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah, which I mean, that was something that Awakening had over Fates, like, steps and above, because 8.4 did Awakening, and then Fates was Treehouse. And, like, Treehouse is fine, but 8.4 is, like, beyond. Like, they are great translators.
Yeah, it's really well done. There's some stuff that's a little, like, here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty damn good.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think that's basically it. Like, I've been playing some Overwatch, played a couple games of Dota here and there. Not gonna talk about that, but I'm very good at Centaur Warrunner. Anyway, but those are kind of
Someone understands what you just said.
Listen, he's a strength hero, and Double Edge is a very good skill. As long as you don't get yourself killed like I do all the time. Anyway, I can't really think of anything else I've really been playing lately. So, that's about it from... Watch Dogs 2. I've been playing a bit of that, and that game's really good as well.
Okay.
I called that game would be pretty good when it first got announced, because Ubisoft did it with Assassin's Creed, and Assassin's Creed 2, and I expected them to do it with this too. And hey, they did. And it was good. And it's not perfect, but it's it's fun and I got it used, so I'm not like complaining about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. Michael,
John.
what have you been up to?
Just kind of here and there, everywhere. Why? What about you?
It's how it is. But why don't you tell me what's been going on though?
I'm currently staring at a TV screen that has my computer on it.
Now, why would your computer be on a TV?
Because it's a new computer.
Holy guacamole! Why don't you tell me about this new computer that you have?
It's new.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's you remember like the other one? Old. It's older. This one is not as old. It's new.
Interesting.
Yeah.
that sounds fake, but I'll take your word for
Are
it.
you calling me a liar?
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
ain't calling you a truther.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, you've been talking a little bit about this computer for a while. Have you put it through its paces at all? Have you tried to run anything like that you couldn't run on your old computer yet?
I mean, to give a little context, it's for my birthday, which is coming up, and I needed an upgrade, like sorely. I think my last PC, I think the best thing about it was it had 8 gigs of RAM. This thing still has 8 gigs, and it's got a 1050 in it, and a pretty good processor. So it's a hefty upgrade compared to where I was, and a good start for actually playing real video games on a PC. I haven't really tested it out and like tried to push it to its limits. I just kind of have gotten everything downloaded. I could sit here and rant and rave about how much I hate Windows 10 updates, or how while installing Windows 10, it decided to shut off the monitor for close to 10 minutes. So I'm just sitting here, nothing happening, monitor is shut off, the PC is just it's not making a lot of noise, so it's not really doing much, or at least I don't think it is. And I'm panicking, thinking, oh cool, it just broke. And then it just pops up, it's like, yeah, 23%, man. So I wish that didn't happen. I think that could be some updates to their updates would be nice. Also, I wish there weren't like 10 of them in a row. But yeah, it's nice to be able to play something and actually watch it not like struggle, watch it not like chug along before I can get to like turning off VSync and all the other doodads.
Sure.
So yeah, and it'll also help with the site. So we'll be able to cover more stuff and review more games and take peeks at more video games on my computer. Yep.
Do you have like the specific specs? I bet there's somebody out there who wants to hear that.
I can look them up if you can stall for time.
I mean, I guess I could talk to Ryan while you do that.
You could talk to me, but then we're gonna have to go back to Michael.
Would that be a problem?
Maybe. You're the host. You tell me.
Yeah, you know what?
Hey, guess
that
what?
might
I
be
got
a little.
him. Good job of stalling for
let's hear
time,
him.
John.
Let's hear him.
Yes,
Let's hear
mission
him.
accomplished.
It's got an AMD FX 6300 for 3.5 gigahertz. That's the motherboard. 8 gigs of DDR3. It's
Love
terabyte
that game. DDR3. It's a good one.
I am giving you such a stare, such a look. It's got a 1 terabyte hard drive. I didn't really want an SSD because they're a lot more expensive and they come smaller. And I'll just install one eventually. And then it's an NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti 4 gigabytes in that thingy. That's about it.
Yep.
Someone knows what those mean.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Technomancer out there will be able to divine the meaning of that incantation.
None of you know what, like even a little bit of PC, like, because I'm no wizard.
really.
I'm no wizard.
I heard
I know-
terabyte, and I know what
Yeah.
that is.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
well-
I know what an SSD is. I know what Nvidia is, and I know Dance Dance Revolution. So that's like 3.
Well,
All right.
Niall is sitting there tearing his hair out at your incompetence, collective
Sure.
incompetence.
I'm sorry, Niall. Keep those luscious locks intact.
It's a good. I would classify this as a pretty good starting PC, gaming PC. If you want to play modern stuff at like 1080, probably around medium or high settings depending on the game, that you would get this. So.
Honestly, I'd probably be building one in a few months, so I might come to you for help with that at some point.
Sure, you'd probably be better off going to Nile. But there's the best thing to do, and this is for anyone, is to kind of go to Newegg, this was pre-built on Newegg. I didn't do this myself. I wanted just to have something and replace what I used to have. I didn't want to sit here forever fiddling with something. So this was a good set of pieces to start with. But once I knew I wanted something like a 1060. Right now, the highest thing you can get is a 1080. I don't think they've come out with anything better for NVIDIA. And that's crazy good. I think 1060 is the minimum for VR, which gives you an idea of where I'm at 1050. Mm-hmm. I looked at the prices, I looked at what was in them, and I would just Google them. That is the best way to figure stuff out. There's so many good resources for comparing different motherboards, comparing different companies, comparing different just anything. Some of it is technobabble, like they are preaching to the choir with that stuff, but some of it does a very good job explaining it even to a layman what the fuck any of this is. So, yeah, 1050 is a probably good, cheap start to it all. I know I'll need to upgrade in like a year or two, and maybe even sooner, but I just wanted one. I just needed one. It was for my birthday, so.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah,
it's not my birthday yet, but thanks.
Happy birthday.
It's John's birthday before it's my birthday.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So, Michael, have you been able to play any games on it yet, or no?
I've dabbled with a couple, but I was playing games before that, including a Fire Pro Wrestling World game.
Never heard of it.
It's great. I've spent, I think, more time just downloading created wrestlers and putting them into the proper team. I think I am managing rosters more than I am playing that game.
Honestly, same.
That's part of the fun. Is like if you've never played a Fire Pro game, they've usually come with hundreds of pre-made wrestlers that are all close to existing wrestlers. They'll have the names changed, but the moves will be all the same. They'll look very similar. This one comes with just 30 pre-made nobodies. Maybe that'll change by the time it's full release. Maybe that'll change by the time it's on the PS4. I don't know. But Steam Workshop is filling that in. So it is a constant. It is like an everyday. A couple times a day I go look at Steam Workshop. Oh, there's a new Bret Hart. This one looks better than the old Bret Hart I had. Download. Okay, what is Bret Hart? Okay, he was in the WWE. Is this WWE Bret Hart? Okay, he's in WWE Babyface. That's where I put him. And it's just constant rearranging. And you can put him in heel as well, depending on what year you want to dive down to the Bret Hart you like. But it's just it's just being able to geek out about wrestlers who don't wrestle anymore, and some who do.
And non-wrestlers, like Donkey Kong, who was on the front page for most recent right now.
I do not. There are very few non-wrestlers in my game.
You don't have Duke Nukem?
No, of course not. Fuck him.
Wow.
You don't have Soda Popinski?
Duke Nukem is trash. At least Soda Popinski has a fighting background, just like Zangief. No, not Strong Bad. Nope.
No?
He's a boxerman.
I don't care.
Dude, Strong Bad actually is more connected to wrestling than Soda Popinski, because Strong Bad is based off of that NES wrestling game. I forget what it's named.
Based off of. Not in.
Yeah. Well.
Also, I don't have Soda Popinski, so.
Alright.
Yeah. What else? More Overwatch. Oh, shit. I gotta look up this game I was playing.
Uh-huh.
There it is. Passepartout, the Starving Artist?
Oh, I've heard of that.
I've seen some stuff about this, yeah.
Yeah, you play an artist in France living out of a storage unit.
Are you starving?
I presume so. Oh, you buy a lot of baguettes and wine, so... That is what your bills are, baguettes and wine. So to pay those bills, you need to paint. And every time you go to your easel, a little window pops up, and it is essentially MS Paint. You have to use your mouse and to paint something. You have the scroll wheel, which makes your brush bigger or smaller. You can choose from a good selection of colors. You just paint whatever you want. When you're done, you set it out, and then 3 different groups, punks, hipsters, and critics, will come by, look at your art, and either call it trash or buy it. And you need to keep selling paintings to keep paying your bills every month or however. There's no actual there won't be nighttime where you close everything down. Time just keeps on moving. So you just sit there painting. Sometimes it's kind of interesting, the emotions you go through of I just need to put paintings out. And sometimes you sit there just messing with a painting for forever, and then you love it. They'll offer you different amounts depending on how much they like it. You can haggle a little bit. You can reject them. There is some sort of progression. I haven't gotten past the first level. I've only played it for maybe about an hour. I don't even think that much, but it's a lot of fun. I think it's only $10, so it's really relaxing.
It sounds really cool.
It is. It's awesome. It's just something you can put on. You just sit there and paint. You put it out. It goes at just enough pace that stuff keeps happening, so that you keep painting, but it also keeps going to where you don't feel frantic. Again, I've made enough money at this point to where I don't feel like I need to slap something together. I can still take my time, and I also like that it pushes me artistically, where okay, this one, I'm just gonna it's a beach, done, and then the next one's I want to sit here and what if I did this? Oh, that looks cool. You do eventually unlock different tools. There's a spray paint can, which I just unlocked. I think you get a pen. I'm not sure what that does. But it's really neat. It's Passepartout Starving Artist. If you just type in Passport, it should come up in Steam.
Okay.
I think that's about it. That sounds right.
Okay.
That sounds like all I've been doing. I've probably been playing something else. Who knows? I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what's going on with you?
Hey, John, not much. Are we talking games or are we talking real life?
Whichever you want to talk about right now,
What's
my
the
friend.
difference?
Oh, damn, Michael, you're not wrong. Well, the difference is that, as far as I know, a video game cannot serve me up a Disney-themed cocktail with 151 proof alcohol inside of it, like real life can.
Yeah.
So last night, I found out from my roommate that he had learned how to make all these Disney-themed cocktails recently. And so we decided to hang out. We watched the seminal Friday the 13th movie, Jason X.
Hell yes.
And he made us a couple cocktails. Now, the first one was based on Sleeping Beauty. I believe it's called the Sleep Cycle. It's like a layered blue-pink fruit cocktail or whatever, not too bad. Mm-hmm. But the second one is named Hades, after the iconic James Woods voiced villain from the film Hercules. And what this cocktail entails is you layer blue liquor, then dyed black liquor, and then on top of that you float a shot of 151 proof rum and light it on fire. And so in my shitty little apartment, we made these two cocktails, one of which worked, which is to say that all of the 151 proof rum burned off as it was supposed to. The one that I got did not, which means there was still about half a shot of flammable, very alcoholic rum in that drink, and so that was not great. Not ideal, not a good amount of liquor to put into your body at any given time, especially if it's a Wednesday night and you're sitting around watching Jason X. But I guess that could have been worse. I guess I could have just drank straight 151 liquor out of the bottle. If that had happened, though, I think I'd probably be dead and not alive for this podcast today. So I'm glad that didn't happen. In terms of games, though, I feel like I've played a decent amount of games since the last time I was on, which I don't quite remember when that was. The days have started to blur together for me post-graduation, but pre-move out of my apartment. First off, I got back on that Persona 5 Rise and grind to try to knock that game out. I am about 56 hours into that game at this point. I have just started the 5th palace, if that gives you an idea of where I am spatially and temporally in that game. Have you all played that game in here? Maybe?
Yes.
Persona?
I've beaten it.
I've beaten it as well.
I'm still on the 3rd dungeon.
Okay, alright, so I'm ahead of Michael, but alright, well, I won't spoil anything, but I like the 5th palace aesthetically. I'm really into the whole, the space thing and all that, but good lord, that is quite the challenge to get through that, get through all that nonsense.
I'd say it's probably the worst dungeon in the game.
Yeah. See, I like what it's trying to do in terms of strategy. It's obvious that what you're supposed to do is, load your team up with people who have break abilities that kind of remove resistances to stuff, since, like, a lot of the stuff in that palace just isn't really resistant to isn't weak to anything, it seems like. And I'm in that sequence where you go back and forth trying to figure out who to attack to get like the key cards or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't the worst thing I've ever done, but having to backtrack all the way through to save because I'm so paranoid about just getting my ass handed to me in some of those battles, it's a little bit tedious. But I'm hoping that clears up a bit in a way, because I do really like the level for its aesthetics. I really like all the shadows that are in that level. The palace owner, I'm always a huge sucker for the bubble helmet stuff. I think he looks a lot like Mysterio, so that's kind of a big thumbs up from me. But otherwise, it's okay. I think my least favorite might still be the 3rd palace so far, but I'm not entirely certain. I thought it lacked the flair of a lot of the other dungeons in that game, but that's okay. I won't talk too much about Persona 5 because I know we've discussed it probably at length on this podcast in the past, but suffice to say, I'm still really enjoying that game. I like how it's been, maybe a month and a half since the last time I played any of it, maybe even more, but it's still easy for me to just come back in and pick it up and sink 6 hours a day into going through that game. So that's always nice. Gives me something to do. As some of you may or may not be aware, there was the whole big Amazon screw up recently with the Prime Day stuff. Yeah, where stuff went on sale for super super cheap. So I bought Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 for PS4. Well, I had that a while back. I bought it on Groupon for half off, and I got it for $20 or whatever. But when the Amazon stuff happened, I had $7 in Amazon credit, so I got Kingdom Hearts 2.8 for $7, which was fine. And then I also got the second game I've been playing, because I haven't gotten into any of the Kingdom Hearts stuff yet. I mean, I've played all those games before, but the second game I got Smash Bros for the 3DS for $10 through Amazon.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I've always been a really big fan of the Smash games. The original for the N64 was one of the first console games I ever really got into. I never owned a GameCube, but I would play Melee at a friend's house all the time. And when Brawl came out for the Wii, that is probably still my most played Wii game. But when the new Smash came out, Smash 4, I was a little cautious about buying it because I didn't own a Wii U, and I still obviously don't own a Wii U. but I kept, you know, asking myself, like, is this really going to be a good game, like, on the 3DS? Like, is it really going to, you know, translate well? Like, it just seems kind of, I don't know, and I just kind of, you know, dragged my feet back and forth on it, just for, you know, I guess, like, 3 years at this point, and then, finally it's like, hey, $10, I'll snap this up, and as it turns out, everybody was right, because that game is great, even on the 3DS. Even playing that on a handheld platform is a lot of fun. I think it manages to keep a lot in the translation between, you know, like console and handheld. It plays like exactly like a Smash game. I probably haven't touched a Smash Bros. Game in about 4 years at this point. I played this new one like for 5 minutes when it came out on my roommate's Wii U. But even then, not being like out of practice, I was still able to, you know, pick up this game, just jump right back into where, you know, I left off with Brawl and just get right back into the groove of things. And I'm really enjoying it.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like, it was definitely a good purchase in my opinion. My 3DS has been just kind of hemorrhaging lately because for a while, really the only thing I used it for was playing the DS re-releases of Pokemon games and playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. And I've kind of fallen off all those recently, and so it just was kind of collecting dust. But now that I have Smash Bros. On here, it's like, damn, I'm back. Like, I am ready. I am here for this. The only complaint that I have is since installing Smash Bros. On here, or, you know, putting the memory on it or whatever, my 3DS is kind of chugged a bit. And not just in game, but like whenever I try to go from the game to the home menu or anything, it takes a while, like almost a full minute, I think, sometimes. And I do have the original 3DS. I won't be getting a new one probably ever because I just bought the Switch. But you know, it's not too big of a deal. And if they ever port Smash Bros. To Switch, then I am definitely going to buy it because this game is fantastic. And I am really enjoying it. Yeah.
Who you playing as?
I've been doing a lot of Bowser, actually. When I played it on my roommate's Wii U, I did Pac-Man just because I'm a fucking shithead, and I'd just be like, here comes the Pac Attack! And then just drop the fire hydrant on people from like 500 feet in the air. But I like Bowser's playstyle and how it's kind of easy to damage multiple people at once. You can do the grab and all that and like drop the person onto another person, and I don't know. I like his kind of tanky playstyle too, so
They made him so much fun in Smash 4. Like,
yeah,
he still feels heavy, but he's like, he can book it now, and he's just like, he feels like actual Bowser. He doesn't feel like this weird, like, he doesn't feel like a turtle anymore. He feels like a turtle monster.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
Cool.
I mean, he still moves pretty slow, but that's just kind of part of the character, I think. And you know, you get the trade off with like the damage and all that kind of stuff. And I've really enjoyed playing as him so far.
They made the heft that he has feel like really good. As opposed to like Brawl, where he felt just slow.
Yeah, I remember playing him a bit in Brawl just because I just fucking like Bowser. But I remember not really enjoying him in Brawl that much. But in this game, it's like I feel like he's a character I can actually learn how to play and strategize as, and you know, get the hang of it. And also, like back when I played Brawl, I didn't really know how to play the game that well. I played that game with the Wii controller held sideways, which is probably the worst way to play that. But now I feel like I've actually got a better handle on this game, which is nice. But I won't harp on Smash Bros. For too long because I know it's probably been discussed on this podcast in the past. But hey, if
Oh,
you're
you know.
yeah, hey, if you're like me and you still haven't played Smash Bros. 3 years after it came out, maybe wait for a Switch port. But also, it's a good game, so think about it. Also, I didn't realize that the DLC characters actually cost money. I thought they were free updates, but
No.
yeah, I looked at that and I'm like, oh, this is going to cost me another $35 if I want to play all these characters. So I'm good.
I spent all that money.
Yeah. I wanted...
I got Ryu and Cloud, I think, were the two I got.
yeah, I wanted Bayonetta and Mewtwo, but we'll see what happens.
I'd say those two are worth it. You could get just the character DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not in any rush though, so we'll see what happens.
If I remember correctly, there's not really too many stages for DLC. It's like the 2 N64 stages I think you have to pay for. There are some free stages though. The Duck Hunt stage and I think something else. But yeah,
when I installed it, it uploaded the Duck Hunt stage, and I know there's one that comes with Bayonetta. It's like a clock tower or something.
Yeah, Bayonetta has one, Ryu has one, and Cloud has one. That
Gotcha.
comes with them.
Yeah.
That's why they're slightly more expensive.
Gotcha.
That Cloud stage is really good.
Yeah.
Just to get that in there real quick, that Cloud stage is really good.
It is really good.
I'll have to hit y'all up with my friend code later so we can try playing, but
Totally.
that's been pretty much it for me since the last time I was on. So John,
All right.
watch out. I'm dribbling the b-ball. Here it comes. Lane it up. John, dunk it.
right.
It's your turn to talk.
So wait,
but net.
is it a talking stick or a basketball?
It's a basketball now. The first rule of improv is to say yes and. So yes, it's a basketball, and my shoes are on fire, so I'm running across the court, traveling with the ball.
He's on fire.
Yeah.
That's a video game thing. Video game choo-choo. Keep listening. Okay, so for me, like Michael mentioned, it's my birthday. So, well, it's not my birthday
Not
right
today.
now, but it's coming up.
You
It's coming up.
liar. Don't lie.
It's my birthday soon. Okay,
It's every
I'm sorry.
day is John's birthday. That's the new
might as well
secret. Yeah.
Anyway, so I got a couple of gifts. Somewhat, I think, for one, I think Michael, I think someone's hacked into your Steam account.
Oh, okay. Are you bragging? Did you hack into my Steam account?
No. I mean, like,
Is that where all those anime games came from?
No, that was Niall, but
That was no. One of them was you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But Kyle guy sent me a copy of American Truck Simulator.
Oh, what a nice guy.
I mean, I've interacted with him a couple of times. He's not nice, but
I'm gonna, he's gonna hear that, so he'll be coming for you.
I know. Look, I already knew he would be, but it's just.
He told me he
Anyway.
liked you. He was like, that John guy is so great. I can't do his accent, but he said that John guy was so wonderful and nice and down for anything. And now, like, you're just bad-mouthing him.
That sounds like what he would think. Anyway, so,
Damn.
I got... in all seriousness, thank you, Michael, for American Truck
I
Simulator.
didn't send you shit.
Okay. I played a little bit of that today. That was fun. It's a more truck simulation, and it still makes me like panic more than pretty much any other video game. Like, oh my god, I would never be able to drive a truck. I crashed into a taxi and I almost cried for like 20 minutes. That was scary. I got sent a copy of, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, I also got a copy of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5.
Yeah.
And I played like an hour of Chain of Memories, and then I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Yeah. So here's the thing about Chain of Memories. The Game Boy version of that game is great. It has incredible graphics, and I think the combat works much better on that like isometric kind of perspective. But that PS2 remake is weird. It's not great.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's really confusing. I'm probably just gonna play 2.
Yeah.
My favorite one.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I've just been kind of chilling. I've been There is one thing that I've been doing.
Uh-oh.
No.
I don't even know if I'd call this like playing a game. It's more just like
the game is playing you.
Yeah, the game is playing me. So I've been chaining for shiny Pokemon for the past couple of days.
I feel like this is an admission of like a murder
Let's
or like
go.
a crime.
Yeah,
Or like
it might as well be.
You're revealing to us that you got like mugged last night, and this is the like, oh, by the way, I got mugged. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, my 3DS has been mugging me for the past like week. No,
Yes. Yes.
So I've caught like 5 shiny Pokemon though.
Great.
Let me think. It's a Magikarp, a Skarmory, a Rattata, and a Lowland Rattata, a Psyduck, and a Wingull. So that's 5 Pokemon so far.
You get a prize.
The prize is having the shiny Pokemon.
What a prize!
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I mean, it's really simple. You barely have to pay any attention. It's kind of just something to do while you're just sitting around, like, listening to a podcast.
Be careful, John. That's how I got into Heroes of the Storm.
Look, I'm already dead. Don't cry for me. I'm already dead here. Like, I'm fucking in a ditch, rotting, doing this. So, you know, this is worse than Heroes of the Storm. I've been trying to catch. Hang on, let me check what this Pokemon is called. Oricorio. I've been trying to catch a.
Wait, hold on.
No.
It's named Oreo?
Oricorio.
Oricorio.
It's my favorite ice cream flavor.
No, it's from Sun and Moon. It's the bird that like each island has a different form. I'm trying to catch one of those, and I've been doing that for 2 days straight.
Jesus.
We need to move on. This is... I can't.
Wait,
without yelling at you. I can't.
John, have you been sleeping?
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I mean, it's something that I just do every like I'll go do something, come back, do it for a little while, do something, or I'll be listening to a podcast and I'll be just it's pressing A basically.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you, at any point in time, while you have been chaining shinies, or whatever you kids are calling it these days, while you've been doing this, have you, at any moment, have you considered, or thought of, or pondered upon, a way to do this while taking a shower?
I mean, I don't have to think about that. You just put it in a plastic baggie and you seal it.
Okay. Let's move on.
All right.
The sequel to the shower beer, the shower shiny.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not that hard. So why don't we move on to news?
Please.
Andy, if you would,
Okay.
give us your first news story.
Yeah, it's not a big one. It's just something near and dear to my heart. It's a little bit of a bummer. So, Ni no Kuni 2 is one of those games that I have been, like, super excited for. I love the first game. For anyone who doesn't know, Ni no Kuni is the game made by Level 5 in cooperation with Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki Studio. Mm-hmm. And the first game was really, really good, because it's a Level 5 game. And the second was supposed to be out this year, but they delayed it to January 19th, 2018. Instead of November, which is kind of bittersweet. Which on one hand, I'm like, yeah, okay, you have to wait now for this game, but also, there's so many video games, there's so many coming out. I don't need another one in there that's going to be like 80 hours long.
I'm sure their company also agreed with that, where they looked at all those other releases that suddenly crowded that calendar and said, what about January?
Yeah, honestly, really smart move, because what the fuck comes out in January?
Yeah,
everything. Everything.
this
Last
year-
2 years, everything.
Yeah, good point.
This year has already been so goddamn nuts. Like, they.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're giving us a small break here by not making us have to play through fucking Ni no Kuni at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing that came out of this, just really quickly, is there was also some misinformation because the director misunderstood an interview question, leading people to believe that there was multiplayer content. There's no multiplayer. He thought that meant they were asking if there was online stuff at all, and there's like online announcements of in-game events, is what he meant. So that's been cleared up as well. Either way, I'm really excited for that game because it looks fucking bonkers. You're like making your own kingdom. Like, I'm so stoked, you guys.
Oh yeah, that game's gonna be pretty baller.
Yeah.
Alright, Ryan,
Yeah.
if you would.
Yeah, so, it's the hit craze that's sweeping the nation. It's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Never heard of it.
Fidget spinners. Oh,
Sorry, what? What was that, Michael?
nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Hey. So here's a roundup of news for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So, as you all may or may not know, it is currently an early access title, just like everything else on Steam. And originally, it was intended to get its full release by the end of this October. However, the PlayerUnknown Brendan Green has pushed that release back to, quote, before the end of Q7 2017. It doesn't really say too much about, an exact date or anything. He has said that he doesn't want to release it in a specific month because that he feels like that would make them rush to get it out of early access, trying to meet a quota or a deadline. And it seems as though they are pushing this back to try to make this kind of the most complete experience it can be without the sort of specter of post-early access expectations hanging over them like the Grim Reaper. So that's fine. I mean, as far as I know, it's still a pretty good game out there right now, even in early access, so I'm not quite sure what the effect that will have on people who are waiting to play the full game. It doesn't mention anything about the Xbox One version, which is still supposed to launch in late 2017, ironically also in early access. So I guess they'll put the PC version out in full access in Q4 of this year, and then put the early access version of the PC version on the Xbox around the same time. It's a little complicated, but nonetheless, I don't really know how much of an impact this will have on players as a whole, because like I said, a lot of people are still playing it even in early access, and it seems to be pretty close to being a solid release, but they're not quite done with it yet, because in our second piece of Battlegrounds related news, the game is also getting first-person only servers. If you are not aware, the game can be played in third-person or first-person. Generally, I think people... I don't know what the pro strats for PlayerUnknowns are. If any of y'all know, you can correct me. I believe that a lot of people use third-person because
Yes.
it helps you peek around corners, see if anybody's sneaking up on you, and so no one really plays it in first person because there's that kind of advantage when you get to choose between the two.
You can do iron sights, and in certain situations the camera will swing to a first person view. Like if you go prone and use, I don't even know if you use iron sights. There's a button you can hit that will just go to first person, and then you can also use iron sights at the same time.
Yes.
During the game. That would be for sniping, or if you're trying to hide but focus, like trying to find where somebody is right in front of you. That would be the advantage of that.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that there are times when you will go into first person from third person, but you can also choose to just play it like regularly in third person or first person. But the point of this article is that they are now going to be putting first person only servers online, so no one will have the advantage of choosing third person over first person, and it's going to be a kind of cohesive experience for everybody in the game. These will first be coming to solo and duo games in North America and the EU, or the European, I suppose. Listen, EU. What's it stand for? Anyway,
Europe.
yeah. Yeah, I know. So after they test it on those regions and modes, I'm assuming it will expand to other regions in the kind of squad gameplay version. So that should be interesting. They say they are, quote, improving the first-person viewpoint. They didn't offer any specifics, however. But that's kind of cool, you know. I like the idea of playing games like this in first person. I feel like it's more intense, maybe a bit more of a challenge. But I think it also helps that they are introducing these servers which will no longer have this kind of gulf between people who choose to play in first person, people who, you know, get the extra peakage of third person, I suppose. So, you know, if you're a PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds fans, then that's you know, good news and bad news depending on how you feel about the early access stuff. But there's your PUBG roundup for the week.
All right, thank you,
Yeah.
Michael.
Virtual reality.
Uh-oh.
Never heard
Aren't
of
we
it.
all kind of in a virtual reality of some sort?
Black Mirror, everybody.
Yeah.
We're in a reality.
Stop looking
I'm
at
not
your
sure which.
phones.
Yeah, man, we're all in some other reality. Yeah, that's a thing. Virtual reality. It's a headset. You plug it into a really expensive computer or a really expensive phone. Somehow those two things usually cost around the same amount of money. That's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Oculus, that's a company. They will now start selling, according to a report out of Bloomberg, who has some inside sources, and I've seen some other sites have independently verified this through their own sources with Oculus, that Oculus will be making a $200 separate product. It will not replace their current Rift. It will be a $200 standalone headset. It won't require a PC. It won't require a mobile device like a Gear VR would. It will be just its own device. That's kind of the full deal. It's going to be announced supposedly this year and be released next year. The aim is to bridge that gap. You know, right now there are two camps for VR. There's the expensive, you know, $600 to $800 VR setup that's you know, ignoring the cost of the PC. Even the PlayStation VR stuff, that's a $250, $300 plus the $300 to $400 for the helmet like investment. That's pretty high for someone who wants to get into VR and is starting from scratch.
Sure.
Or you go the other way where you spend $600 to $800 on the phone that can run VR. Or if you're lucky enough to have it, you can just order some cardboard off the internet. So this will kind of bridge that gap. That's what the Bloomberg report makes it seem like, is some sort of in-between. And I think VR kind of needs that right now. It needs a space where, you know, a regular folk could throw down some cash and experience VR. And it'll, at the very least, it will hopefully get more people to experience it. Because once you put the helmet on, I don't know how many of you three have tried VR. I tried it at last year's E3, and even the two games I played, I wasn't blown away. I didn't have a religious experience, but I understood it. I understood why people go gaga over that thing, or switch careers, or switch focuses to start working on that, because when it works, it's kind of incredible. You are in a different space, a different reality. And when it works, it's like, oh, I'm just doing these things. Your brain just doesn't fully, like with the video game, your brain still has that wall up. With VR, that wall disappears. So if this can bridge that gap between the common folk and the kings and queens in their VR helmets, sipping their VR tea in their VR castles, then I'm all for that. So it's codenamed the Pacific. I have no clue what that means. You could read too much into that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I bet you can get pretty specific about that.
I would shoot you right now. With the gun.
Ahead, fucking
With the gun.
Fucking do it.
A water gun. Because we're playing around.
We're all friends here.
It's a little humor. It's a little humor. It's okay.
Very little.
So, all right. So, oh boy.
You okay there, bud?
Get a blood rush?
Did you get shot?
Got him. Water gun to the crotch.
Ah, no, it looks like I peed.
Yeah,
Oh
look,
my
John looks
God.
like it. John peed.
No, I also peed a little bit too. It's okay though. No,
Well, you got to cover up the water stain.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Evo is this weekend.
Hell yeah.
By the time you listen to this, it's gonna be pretty much over. But a couple of games.
Sad. It's gonna be fucking over.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was
So,
funny.
so I hope it was good. But a couple of things were shown at Evo, and I'm going to talk about two of them. First off, is a game that was made by one of the developers of Street Fighter II HD Remix. It's called Fantasy Strike, and it's another one of those fighting games where their like main goal is to make it like more accessible to people who haven't played fighting games before. You know, like they specifically mention stuff like Rising Thunder and Dive Kick, where it's like there's like not really that many buttons, there's not really that many inputs, and people who don't know anything about fighting games can just kind of jump in, and after a couple of minutes they'll know exactly what they're doing instead of just button mashing, which I can respect that. There's a couple of things that are a little weird about it, about this Fantasy Strike. Specifically, there are only 5 buttons.
Okay.
Now that's not the issue. What I mean is, I'll get to that. There's an attack button, so there's just one attack button. There's a jump button. There are 2 buttons for 2 special moves. Each character has 2 special moves, and each character also has a super move. You just press the one button to activate your super. Movement is just kept to a back and forth, like it's just right and left. So you have to press jump and then like move right and left, jump back and forth. And there's no crouch. So there's no mix-ups.
All right.
There's also throws are done by just pressing the attack button in a direction, and to get out of throws, you just don't press anything. Which is a little weird, but I mean, I guess that's to kind of keep you from button mashing. Because if you're pressing something, then you'll just get thrown. But if you're not, then you'll get out of the throw.
I mean, it's not released yet, correct?
It's not.
Okay, so this is all subject to change, I imagine.
I kind of hope it
Maybe,
is.
Yeah, that's like,
So
I don't know, because these kind of like smaller projects, and Rising Thunder I think is also a really good example of it.
Oh, Rising Thunder was so good.
They like those Rising Thunder changed over time. Like when it was first introduced to what it became, it wasn't a drastic change, but they did fiddle with it. And I this seems like something that also could be fiddled with. You know, not everything can be the perfect Flash game like Dive Kick. So
I think another really important thing to like differentiate this between it and the glory that was Rising Thunder, rest in peace, was that Rising Thunder had like light, medium, heavy, and like had like more buttons than like it simplified commands, but it wasn't taking out so much that it felt like a like a Flash game. And that's kind of just hearing you describe that. That's what I worry about, is that it feels very like
It's a little too simplified. Like
Dive Kick was fine though. Dive Kick's fun in its own way, and that's pretty simplified. There is no movement. There's a dive and a kick.
At the same time, like Dive Kick is sort of based around that simplicity, and like this game, obviously, like they are basing it around trying to make it accessible, but also like it feels like they're trying to be like, but it's also good for people who are really into fighting games and want to get super good at it, and it's like, no, that's not going to happen. Like,
I feel like it's a game I need to sit down and play, and really, like, I mean, most fighting games are like that, but you could almost describe a fighting game to me and say, oh, it's Guilty Gear, but this, and I completely understand what you're talking about. Or the inputs are Mortal Kombat-like, and I already get what you're saying. With this, because it is so different, I feel like I need to hold the controller and mess around with it and get a feel for it and see, like, can I actually bust out a combo with 5 buttons, or am I gonna feel? Because with dive kick, it took me a bit where I finally, or I could watch it, and after a while, I could watch people who were good at it. I went, okay, that's dive kick. I get it. That's why it's competitive. That's why it's not just who's going to dive and who's going to kick at the same time. It's also these characters have specific moves, and now we're getting into why this is a fighting game. I want to see that actually play out with that game before I completely write it off, but it sure does fucking sound lackluster.
So it's on Fig right now. They're asking for $500,000. They've only made about 50,000 so far.
Oof.
But I mean, they're gonna show it at Evo. So if it does play well, the fighting game community has money to throw around, and they will definitely want to toss some money their way, especially because it's on Fig. You know, maybe some of these people might want to invest in it.
Don't invest. Hey, don't invest in video games.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like, just personal opinion, I think the art style is really boring. It looks like the canceled designs of a Samurai Showdown Saturday morning TV show.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe there will be one, because we're gonna talk about another Samurai Showdown game. Well, no, it's not a new one, but it's a re-release of Samurai Showdown 5 Special. It's coming to Vita and PS4. It's gonna be done by the same people that did that Guru port that came out recently, the PS4 and Vita one. I heard the netcode for that wasn't amazing, but I think they patched it, so we'll see. But this was the last Samurai Showdown game that came out on actual Neo Geo hardware. There was a Samurai Showdown 6, and there was Samurai Showdown Sen, which everyone hates that one.
Oh, Sen.
It's a bad game. But, you know, this I'll be honest, this seems like SNK testing the waters for a new Samurai Showdown. I've heard some talk for a while, actually, that SNK wants to make a new one. Especially, like, after KOF, like, sold pretty well and was just a good game in general. So this seems to me like them being like, do y'all want this? Buy this, you know? So, I mean, obviously, you should buy games because you want to play them, but if you're really, really into Samurai Showdown and you really want them to make a new one, you know, maybe you gotta vote with your wallet, but at the same time, let's also wait and see how the netcode comes out for this, because if it's shitty, then, you know.
I mean, how was the netcode for Guru? Because I never played that.
I heard it was iffy.
It's a bummer.
But, you know, yeah, we'll see.
I'd be all for, like, an SNK resurgence, honestly. Like, those games are incredible.
They're doing it. Like, they did KOF, and they already said, like, yeah, we're back in full production of games. We're not going back to Pachinko anytime soon. Like, KOF is their, like, grand hurrah, like, return.
A reverse Konami.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if they go a Sam show, or maybe they'll be like, you know what, this didn't work. Maybe they'll do, like, a new Metal Slug or something like that. Who knows? But, you know, they're gonna keep doing new stuff in this vein. But yeah, that's the news. Michael, would you like to take us into questions?
I can take us all deep into the realm of questions.
Be my magical questions guide, Michael.
I will. I'll put on my lengthy gray robe and grab my wooden staff, and I shall conjure a portal, and all of us shall jump into it, and we shall land into the world of questions. It's just Jim Carrey's The Riddler. He's just there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Just by himself?
Just by himself. Just in that onesie, just sitting there.
Is he crying? I hope he's crying.
Is it, like, current age, Jim Carrey? Like,
does he have,
now?
like, some snacks or something? Is he being well fed?
It's the age that Jim Carrey was in the film. He's not crying. He's just sitting there, kind of melancholy. And he does have snacks. It's those snack size like cookies. Chips Ahoy to be exact, because it has an exclamation point and it goes well with his question mark.
I like it.
Can I have some?
He says you have to answer these riddles 3.
Okay.
There's 10 questions in here.
10 questions? Good lord.
You can send questions.
There's more than 3.
You can send questions by emailing us at podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or if you don't like emails, you can go over to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. That spells ask, like Jim Carrey's The Riddler would ask.
Or Jim Carrey's The Mask would ask.
Oh God, please no. Anonymous asks.
The ask, if you will.
Anonymous asks.
It's enough.
Was there any way that Brink could have succeeded? I love the look of that game to this very day. Yeah, it could have been better.
Yeah, maybe if it was good.
Maybe better.
Michael, did you send this?
No, I didn't. I kind of wish I had. Brink, there are a lot of games, like, when you look back on them with 2020 vision, you kind of will look at them and go, wow, that actually has neat ideas in it, but is poorly put together, or I don't want to say ahead of its time, because I think that's an overused phrase, but maybe he just didn't put everything in the right place, or didn't have the ideas that the evolution of that genre would take it. So you could play Brink and you can see, I mean, it is a lot like Overwatch. It even has little things you unlock that that you can customize your characters with. It just is missing some of the things that eventually the entire industry would catch up with, like microtransactions. Those weren't really accepted back then. You laugh, like microtransactions are the way of the world.
I remember horse armor, so
yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, no, like everyone whole hog ignored DLC, and now we have nothing but microtransactions. This is your fault. You're specifically anti.
Burn
why didn't you buy the horse armor?
Burn the system to the ground.
So, like, Brink had a lot of great ideas. It just wasn't really put together wonderfully. I, believe it or not, have not played a ton of Brink, so I couldn't give you a detailed list of all of its faults. But it has some quirkiness to it that just, whether it's through age or just more modern games, have kind of eroded in my head of like, games can't function like this. This sucks. So
it was one of those things where it was like, because I played it a bit, it like you said, conceptually, like on paper, it's got a lot of really good ideas. But like just in practice, like some of that movement stuff doesn't feel as great as it should.
Yeah. The shooting doesn't feel great either.
The objective stuff is just a little bit messy, but like the class system in it is really cool, and that art style, honestly, I really like how gnarly it is.
Yeah.
So
it's like
Fable.
It's like punk Fable almost.
Fucking
like the Fable art style, kind of.
Yeah, no, totally. With like super exaggerated. I'd say more Dishonored than Fable, but
yeah,
with
it's
like
more
the super exaggerated like
feel.
Jaws and stuff.
Yeah,
very good. Very good art style.
Yeah, you're right. The objective stuff, you get bogged down. Even playing against bots, you just get bogged down. You can't do anything. It's stuff that eventually Overwatch would simplify to perfection. And there's a ton of games. If you really go back and look through, especially around that era, there's a ton of games that are very close to what Overwatch and games like it. You know, TF2, of course, is the forebearer of the modern version of that. But there's a lot of games that, Monday Night Combat's a great example. Even Super Monday Night Combat, like those are
I'd say
games
even
that
more
came
so.
close to that stuff. Yeah. Moving on, Anonymous asks, John seems to be the leader of the podcast. Why does everyone make fun of him constantly?
Have you heard me?
Aww.
See, if we don't do this, John will get too powerful and will gain too much energy and rip our heads off like the feeble minions that we are.
Johnny is Johnny. John.
Name. That's not what
Johnny. Huh? John is the genie of the lamp. And it's the reverse, though, of Aladdin, where Aladdin's trying to set the genie free. We are trying to desperately keep him locked away.
See,
we're trying to put the...
I thought you were going to say we give him 3 wishes, but I was going to say no, we give him 3 curses, and also it's infinite curses.
There you go. Yep.
We're trying to put the cork back in this bottle, so
Don't
to
mention
speak.
cork.
Sorry.
I've heard enough.
He's going
Alright.
to just materialize.
Ugh. Shoeless asks, when will the site start doing unboxing videos?
I mean,
Never.
theoretically, multiple people on the site own a decent quality camera, myself included. So it's not out of the question. You slide us like $50 a month on Patreon or something. Then we'll talk. Then we'll see what's up.
We'll start unboxing Girl Scout cookies and eating them on camera, the entire box, and then crying into the camera for 30 minutes, and then it just cuts.
Sounds good.
All right. Anonymous asks, I don't.
Oh boy.
What would your ideal Austin Powers video game be like? Mine would be similar to Alpha Protocol. How dare you
So mine would
mention
be
Alpha
similar.
Protocol in that game, in any Austin's Powers?
First of all, yes, give me an Austin Powers personality in the Alpha Protocol 2, which is definitely happening at some point in my life. I need to believe that. Here's the other thing, though. I would have it be exactly like the games that came out on the Game Boy, which were simulated computers that belonged to Austin Powers and Dr. Evil, respectively. Yes, there were 2. However, fill it with hentai.
Great.
All right, you're fired.
Updated
fired.
for the new age. No, I respect that.
You're
It's,
fired.
it's keeping it modern.
Yeah, if they made a new Austin Powers movie in 2018, do you think he'd be like, "Oh yeah, love the anime titties, baby"?
Do
I
I make you
hate
horny,
this.
Nissan?
I hate this.
Remember the scene from the first one where he's at the airport and there's like the penis pump and all that? Like it'd be that with like a Dakimakura or some shit. Like he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's not my bag, or should I say my pillowcase?" And then it's like got property of Austin Powers like written across the ass. So
He sounds like a John's JFK impression.
Yeah, I love me some hentai.
I
Like,
hate this so much.
who would Austin Powers' waifu be?
Oh no, we're moving on.
Something
No.
from Kantai Collection.
No, if you want to know that, right into the podcast. I'm sorry, I'm cutting this off. We have more questions to go to, and my sanity is at stake.
Not off from
all right,
Naruto.
next question.
Hear about
Anonymous.
those Tenga eggs, baby?
Anonymous asks, any thoughts about the new Yu-Gi-Oh series that's all about dueling in cyberspace? Listen, we duel in cyberspace every fucking day,
Yeah, this podcast is a duel in cyberspace.
and I'm losing.
That sounds like something they would have already done, though, so the fact that it's new kind of throws me off. Like,
They kind of did do that.
yeah, I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Can't possibly have trodden all the ground, but, like, that's duels in the internet, like, that seems... I don't know, I feel like that's something they've done before, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle.net.exe or some bullshit. I don't know.
There was the like half a season where they were in the like fantasy realm and they were fighting all of like Kaiba's board of directors or whatever.
Sure,
That arc
whatever.
ruled. That arc fucking ruled.
Yeah.
I think
Take
Joey
your word
died
for
in
it.
it. I think Joey died in the game
Pretty
at
much
one point.
pretty much everyone died if I remember correctly.
It fucking
Yeah.
owned. I loved watching
Tristan
Joey
got-
die.
Tristan got turned into like a monkey.
Yeah, Tristan did get turned into a monkey. He really the transhumanist dream happening right there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I liked watching the life drain from Joey's eyes. I rewinded it many times.
Hey, yo, I'm a Joey. Don't kill me.
Hey yo, why did the good die young?
Anonymous asks, since everyone plays Overwatch, what's each of your mains or favorite character to play? We'll go in order. We'll start with Andy. You're new, so all the pressure's on you. Go ahead.
I am the best Reinhardt you have ever met.
All right, there you go.
I
Worst
love Reinhardt.
ever.
I love carrying my team as Reinhardt. Also, I've been playing a lot of Tracer lately. I just like tanks in general, though.
Like
Nice.
Tracer.
Like Tracer, but also because I'm sick of playing a tank when I don't have friends to play with, and being fucked by my team not knowing how to shoot people.
Or stand behind a shield.
Yeah.
Just don't get me started.
John.
So, I mostly play as Diva, because that's who Mike makes me play as whenever we play.
Wow.
No, I mean, I actually do really enjoy playing as her. She's a lot of fun. I just always be shooting. ABS, that's my motto. I'm always shooting. I'm always running around, firing as much as possible.
Arid
That's fun.
bowel syndrome.
Anti-lock brake system.
That's okay.
That's ABS. ABS stands for anti-lock brake system.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But other than that, I well,
Just one.
that's
You
my-
gotta choose
yeah,
one.
That's my
I'm
favorite
sorry.
character.
You
That's my
choose one.
favorite character.
Ryan.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, for me, it's not even a question. Fucking Junkrat. I love playing as Junkrat because you can play him both offensively and defensively, and I just like blowing things up. You look at my characters I've played on Overwatch, Junkrat is number 1 with like 15 hours or something, and the next one below that is like 5 or 6, I think. So, and I think that might be my roommate because he plays Mercy a lot, but I don't play Mercy because I play Junkrat. And, love the hair, love the bombs, love doing the voice line where he says Merry Christmas in the middle of July.
It's Christmas in July.
Yeah.
As for me, I like playing as a bunch of characters, but Junkrat's high up on that list, so Soldier. It's real close between Mei and Hanzo, and
Rocking
I'm going to
Hanzo
choose...
a lot lately.
Huh?
You've been rocking Hanzo a lot lately.
I've always rocked Hanzo. When I first played that game, after choosing Soldier, I chose Hanzo. He's probably my favorite. I like using his Sonic Arrow. I think that's incredibly helpful to any team. His Scatter Arrow is great for just doing damage into any character, and it kills a lot of the squishy support characters almost instantly. He gets a lot of hate, but then again, I have yet to find a character who doesn't get just pure hatred. Every character, name a character, they get hatred put at them. Like, it just doesn't matter. I see people who hate Roadhog, I see people who hate Zarya, I see people who hate Tracer. They just all hate him. And I don't understand that, just have fun with the game.
Winston.
I see hate towards Winston. I saw
Liar.
it today.
You're a liar.
I wish
saw
you
it
would put on some
today.
shoes. I want the monkey to wear shoes.
Have you looked at his dance, though? It's so good.
The dance is really good.
His dance
It's the best dance in the game.
It is. But yeah, Hanzo's is great. And I like his ult. Because it's very good at pushing people away when they try to avoid the damage. A lot of people just know how to avoid it. I want you to avoid it because I want you off that fucking objective. And I want to stand on it. I also am not a Hanzo who is afraid to jump into the middle of something. I will go stand on a point. Hanzo is not meant to be played like far off up on a cliff somewhere. So, Anonymous asks, which video game would you most like to eat?
And not Breath of the Wild. Let me tell you about viral internet sensations. That was one. Don't eat it. It's bad.
Moving on. Anonymous asks, question for Andy and anyone else who wants to answer. So no pressure, except for to Andy, who has to answer.
Of course.
What is your favorite ghoul? Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Gotta choose one.
This is a tough one, and I know I know who sent this, so I've got to pick a good one.
Are you sure it says Anonymous?
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know who sent this.
It says Anonymous.
I'd probably say the Headless Horseman, because he had to
Because
live.
you're taller than him?
No, because he had to live his whole life without ever receiving oral sex because he's headless. Boom! There we go. Goodbye.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yep. Anonymous asks, what would you like to see done differently in video game merch? What, are we a focus group? What are we? What is
Yeah,
our
we should be getting paid for this one. How about that?
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Actually,
What should
nice
be-
looking clothing. It's the same for
Yeah.
wrestling merch and most merch. Just like
Yeah.
make it look nice, because like I don't want to be a walking billboard. I want to wear clothes that look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that, and, I would also just like, more variety in that stuff, like, I don't want it to just be t-shirts, I would love to see more, like, I love when, who is it? I think it's Sanshi or someone, but they've been doing, like, Persona 4 plushies lately, and, like, that's adorable, something like that.
Yeah,
like,
that is
have
Sanshi.
more- Yeah, like Pokemon has been putting out like all kinds of stuff recently, where it's like you can get a T-shirt, and they're usually like really well designed. It's not just like, oh, here's a picture of Pikachu. It's like, oh no, this is like a design based around Pikachu. And then there's like, they have like cup mugs and decorations and figures and all that stuff. Like I would love to just have like more casual but interesting designs based on game stuff that I enjoy.
I think Blizzard does it pretty well, where they've got like they sell like leggings based on different characters and stuff. Like they don't just target like fucking, hey, have a black T-shirt with a graphic on it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Jeff Kaplan, sell me that fucking Diva hockey jersey, you coward.
I agree. Black T-shirt with logo on it. Please stop that. Please. I don't like black T-shirts, and fucking Stark logos are the worst. So anything different would be nice. Our final question. Oh,
whoa,
Ryan,
whoa,
did you
whoa.
want to say something?
Yeah, more Funko Pops. More of them. I need the Night in the Woods Funko Pops.
I quit.
I need the Persona Funko Pops.
How
I'm
about,
gonna be honest. Night in the Woods Funko Pops probably wouldn't look bad.
If they sculpted the face with literally anything else aside from the dead black button eyes that they use on everything, but
Yeah.
How about video game Choo Choo Funko Pops?
Oh,
finally.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God,
like
it's
like a voodoo doll for us, and like, at least personally speaking, like if anyone ever bought a Funko Pop of me and like broke it, I would feel it physically.
Yeah.
It would be like in that scene in the Blair Witch remake when they like break a thing and then someone's neck snaps. That would happen to me, but daily, because no one cares about their Funko Pops. Actually, people care too much about their Funko Pops.
Yeah, they either don't care or they care too much.
I have a couple. They're fine. So
I keep looking for one because I want to give it to my girlfriend as a gift. So I have multiple times, because I guess they made it a while ago, and I guess they don't make it anymore. I don't fucking know how those things work. But, so I will be in like a Toys R Us on that shelf, on my knees, like searching through them. I've done that multiple times. So I look like a crazy person. I look like the avid collector, like late 20s man. I need to find this one Funko Pop from this television show. It's the third series of Funko Pop. Like, I'm that guy.
sure.
And I absolutely have no interest in them other than I would like this one Funko Pop to give as a gift. And I know eventually I'll just order it off Amazon whenever it's back in stock. So,
Sure.
final question. You can send questions in email form. That's electronic mail. That doesn't mean that you put it in an envelope and like shove it in your computer. No, your computer already has the envelope in it. It's called an email. You can email them at podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go over to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask and you can send questions that sound like questions. Riddle me this, Batman Anonymous sends in, what do you guys think of Doomfist? And also the edits they're making to Zarya, and McCree, and etc.
Doomfist looks cool. I still haven't gotten my giant metal hand on him yet, but I'm looking forward to playing him. So,
Yeah, I have a really soft spot for melee-based characters and, like, close-range bruisers, and he's both, and I love it. I'm really excited to try him out.
Yeah, I haven't been able to play as him, I've mostly just been on console, But, I read what they did to Zarya, and I'm personally pissed.
What they do? I haven't looked. All I've seen is Doomfist stuff, and he maybe seems a little overpowered. I've read some stuff from certain pro gamers, esports, hashtag Mountain Dew, and they seem to say that he's real powerful, but there are a lot of counters to him, so I hope that's true.
I don't remember what everyone else's changes were because I just saw the Zarya ones and I got so mad that I started yelling on social media.
I think I remember some of the... Reinhardt's hammer is a little faster and they're trying to make it more satisfying, and I think they buffed McCree as well. But the Zarya one's the big news from that.
So Zarya's ult, you can't really escape from it anymore. They said that it's basically like Junkrat's trap. So
you couldn't, with Reinhardt, use your little rush forward to get out of it?
You used to be able to do with stuff like that, and now you can't.
Yeah.
So
it's much more of a lockdown thing. I do wonder what this means for plays where you Zarya uses it to drop people off the edge. Because
I would think that they would just stay there until it runs out, and then they would drop afterwards.
Yeah, I just maybe just thinking about timing stuff with that, because people could get out of that with their escape stuff afterwards. I don't know. Anyway, this is just me musing on Overwatch strategy at this point.
I was thinking what would happen to a combo. Because a lot of the higher combos I see when someone plays Zarya is Zarya Hanzo, or something where they're trapped and then you use their ult and kill all of them. That seems like a shitty way to overpower those combos, which I guess promotes team unity, but I don't know. I don't want ults to instantly and always assuredly wipe out the enemy team.
Totally.
That seems shitty. I want my I happen to have my my Doomfist thrust. I get the fuck out of this and kill 3 of them and have a play of the game. That's the seesaw you want, is back and forth until whoever fucking forces the final team kill or the play of the game.
I think a big
wins.
thing worth noting is that this is on the PTR right now, their test realm on the PC, which does not mean it's going to happen.
Yeah.
They've scrapped stuff before, so we'll see. There's still ways to get around it. You still have shields and stuff. You still have, Reaper can still do his turn into fart gas thing. It just depends on if it makes it to the main game, because I imagine that they're testing changes for, the Doomfist Live patch, which is so,
Yeah. Well, look. As the Diva main, I don't like it.
I mean, I play Reinhardt, so I get you.
I don't like it.
That's it. That's
Zarya, retire and vanish mysteriously, please. Thank you.
See? Someone always hates at least one character for some reason.
To be fair, we have been talking about this. We have been talking about Zarya vanishing mysteriously for 3,000 years. It was written.
I don't think she's that bad.
It was written in the Dead Sea Scrolls that Zarya needs to vanish mysteriously.
I don't think she's that bad. She's fine.
All right. Well, folks, that ought to do it for this week's episode of the show. I'd like to thank Michael and Ryan for being on again, and I would again like to welcome Andy.
That's me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Andy. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Just check the site. We'll probably have that Fire Pro video out by the time you hear this. If not, it'll be coming out right after.
It should be. I have all day this week, all day on the weekend to work on it. So
okay.
Shoot me if it's not. Shoot me if it's not. Everybody listening to this, find me and shoot me with a crossbow if that video isn't up yet.
No, with a water gun in the crotch, and then laugh.
With a water crossbow in the crotch.
Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you again, and we'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. Good night.